everyone, welcome back to Concept Wellbeing, where the intention is well. My name is Jade. I will be your host for today's episode. I usually have a co-host. Her name is Aileen. She is out on vacation this week. And so first, let's all send her good vibes. Hopefully she's having a very restful and exciting, I know those don't go together, but I hope duality. I hope she's having a great trip on her vacation. She's in Bali. I also hope that she's doing some research for our upcoming series because Bali seems like a great place to get in touch with what we're going to be talking about next. So I'm going to give y'all a little sneak peek into what the upcoming series is going to be about, and then we'll get into this full episode. So for the upcoming series, we'll be focusing on spirituality, which is one of the 7 components of wellness. So in that, we'll be focusing on our experiences with spirituality. What is spirituality, first of all? We'll get into manifestation, chakras, astrology, birth charts, meditation, intuition, anything that comes up when we talk about spirituality, we'll be learning more about. So we're really excited about that. We're all doing research. So looking forward to that. With this episode, I have all the creative rights. This is a Jade takeover episode, which don't be afraid. It's going to be great. It's going to be so exciting. I'm not going to lie to y'all. I did not know where I was going with this episode maybe 30 minutes ago. I was like, what am I going to do? This is kind of like a shoot the shit episode. There's so much power. There's so much power. It's crazy. So I figured it out. Don't worry. I know exactly where I'm going with it. So this morning, I'm going to tell you a story. This morning, I went to the gym, okay, on a Sunday. I know, who is she? And this is my first full week of working out. Last week, I did half of the week. This is my first full week. Last week was terrible for me. I was telling Aileen in the second episode that I took a break from exercising for December, basically, a couple of weeks in December. And now January, it's time for me to pop back out. And so I did. And it was terrible. Last week, I was like, I can't do this. I was cursing myself out. I was cursing the YouTuber out that I was doing this. And I was like, Jade, hold on. First of all, don't be so mean to me. Don't do that. Be nice. You're literally just getting back into it. And you needed to take that rest. You were exhausted. And I knew I was exhausted because I was dragging myself to working out. I was dragging myself everywhere. It was you need to learn to sit down. Stop doing that to yourself. Why are you dragging yourself to do these things when all you need to do is take a little bit of a break, and then you'll pop back better than ever. And ask me if I popped back better than ever. I'll wait. I did. This is my second week, and I'm in it. I'm oh, it's full. Jade is back. She's back. I put on my little matching cord set to the gym. It was burgundy. I ate, okay? And I was wow, you got it. You got to be nice to yourself. You need to learn when to take a rest and learn that that's okay for you to rest. And so the theme of this episode is going to be learning to take a rest because essentially I burned myself out. So let's talk about burnout really fast. So I feel like I've burned myself out a couple of times, but I know specifically last year or 2021, I burned myself out so bad that I was I can't do this anymore. So first, what is burnout? According to this German university, burnout is a state of physical, mental, and emotional exhaustion that can occur when your personal and professional expectations don't align. So I know for a fact I was burnt out. And honestly, this definition, I think, perfectly describes what I think burnout is, and probably is the reason why I was so burnt out. Because my personal and professional expectations were not aligned when I felt the most burnt out. And just a little backstory about me, I like to take rest. I think it's important. I think for me, I've learned that I work in waves where I can do something, I can give it so much of my energy, but once I do that, I need to sit down afterwards and rest. And for some reason, this is during the pandemic when I noticed this, I wasn't able to rest. For some reason, it was I was always on 10, which was so weird. I can usually take a nap. I used to be a nap girl. I could wake up at 8 in the morning and then take a nap from like 11 to like 12 or 1 in the afternoon, and then still be able to go back to sleep at like 9, 10 p.m. and get like a full night's rest. That used to be me. And then the pandemic hit, and I didn't take a nap for like 2 years, which I was like, Jade, this is not like you. I miss the old you. What's happening? And not resting and like being on 10 all the time, and like my nervous system was just like so like on high alert, that burnt me out. Like I know for a fact I was burnt out, and my job was burning me out. Like the whole situation was just a big burnout, which was not good for me. My symptoms for burnout were more so like just sadness. Like I think I was just really sad and like angry. Like there were just like a lot of emotions. I wouldn't even say angry. I think I was like irate. Like I was just on 10 all the time. But some common symptoms of burnout: you feel emotionally depleted. Yes. Your body feels tired and exhausted. You're lacking motivation. Your productivity has seen better days, and you feel lonely and isolated. I definitely felt lonely and isolated, which didn't make any sense because I was in a house full of people. But those were my symptoms. It was a lot for me to like realize. I didn't realize I was burnt out until like maybe like May, June of 2021. I was like, I can't do this anymore. And so I knew it was my job that was like being the biggest contributor to my burnout, because they would have let me work as hard as I wanted to, right? Like they would not have stopped me, which was the issue. And also it was just a toxic environment, and being in a toxic environment all the time, it's just not good for me. I just want to be in a place of like laughter and love. Who doesn't, right? Raise your hand if you want to be in a place of laughter and love. Thank you. Hands are up. Thank you. And so for me, I knew it was really either this job or me, and I got to put me first. I got to put me first, Lucius. I have to. And so I knew I had to quit the job. Like I was like, I would rather be poor than be burnt out, and like just it was ruining my health, to be honest with you. I had like high blood pressure and everything. And I was like, this is not cute, and it's not worth it either. And so I was Googling it. So backstory. So I ended up taking a break. I took a break the entire month of September, which is honestly its own story, and I'm sure we will get to in another podcast of that month of September. But I took a month, and I knew when I got back I was going to quit the job. I ended up getting a different job, but I knew that I had to quit that job, right? And so this comes back to burnout, and how long do you think it should take for you to recover from burnout? So I did some Googling, because me and Google are homies. And Google says to recover from burnout, it can take anywhere from 3 months to 3 years. It really depends on you, right? That's crazy. But I was also listening to like people talk about burnout. And I think one thing that people are forgetting is it depends on what you're coming back to, right? So like you can take 3 years off, but if you're going back to a situation that you don't love being in, as soon as you get back into that situation, you're going to feel the same way that you felt. So I think there is a little bit of action that needs to be taken. Like I think you need to like sit down and realize like, where is the burnout coming from, and how can I kind of like reduce it as much as possible. So I think that's something to be considered with burnout. There are also a couple of stages of burnout. So like you need to realize and admit to yourself that you are burned out, and try and distance yourself from the stressors. Listen, I'm reading this article to y'all, but I'm a genius. I'm a baby genius. Restore your health is the next step. Reevaluate your values. So once you feel like your brain and your body are reset a bit, take a real step back and think about what you're missing in your life. Is your job overwhelming? Are you bored at work? Do you have enough time with your loved ones or to yourself? Whatever it is that's keeping you from feeling happy and alive, make sure that you're defining and prioritizing your values. That's what reevaluating your values means. And then explore your options and other possibilities. So, let's say you realize that it is your job. Maybe look for a different job or something like that. And then the last stage of it is take a break and make a change. See, these are all the things. Listen, I gave y'all solid advice, and I didn't even have to read the article from this German university. I'm giving y'all I'm giving y'all gold. So this is going to be a very short episode because I just wanted it to be like a little bit of a shoot the shit episode, but also I wanted to give y'all a little bit of motivation. First, it is okay for you to rest. Okay, please sit down and take a rest and trust in yourself that you will pop back up when it's your time, and you'll not only just pop back up, but you'll probably be better than you were before. Also, this episode was to remind you that burnout is super real and we shouldn't just be, oh, I never get tired, or like I'll push through. You're going to push yourself and then you can't push yourself anymore. So just like take a break before the universe or your body makes you take a break. So with that being said, we're going to wrap this episode up. We're all going to say good luck to Aileen. Hopefully she's having a good time, and we will chat later with our next episode on spirituality. Until then, I hope everyone has a great day or good night, and I hope you are well. Bye.